guys, and welcome back for another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this little notebook crayon wallet. This is a free pattern that will be at my blog, so the links are down below and in the information icon. So go over there, get the pattern, cut out all your pieces, and then meet me back here. When you're over there, you might see some other crayon tutorials, so don't forget to check those out. So let's get into the tutorial. So for this project, you will need cotton fabric, elastic, and some interfacing. If you don't want to use interfacing, you can use a thicker fabric such as canvas. If you don't want to use interfacing at all, you'll just have a really floppy notebook wallet, basically. So I'm going to be ironing on the medium weight interfacing onto the back of all of my pieces. And if you've never used it before, you'll find that there is a rough side and a soft side, and the rough side has the glue, so make sure that the glue side is on the back of your pieces and iron that with a hot dry iron. So this will be my pocket piece, and I'm going to take it and fold it in half. Because I'm using the interfacing, it makes it a little bit more stiff, so I'm just going to press that down, and then I'm going to do a top stitch along the top edge. So I'm just going to do a quick stitch along that folded edge using a 3 stitch length and doing it about 1 or 2 millimeters away from the folded edge. And then we will take that piece and put it on our lining piece. So now I'm going to take some chalk and I'm going to measure out about 3.5 inches in from the left side. And then I will measure again about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch, no, 1/4 of an inch. And then after that, I'm going to measure every inch until I get to the end. And those inches will be where the crayons will be. Like I said, the pattern and all the measurements will be over at my blog. So if you don't want to rewatch this video 40 times, then you can just go over there and download it. It is a PDF file. So now I'm just going to put my crayons in and test it and make sure it works. At first it's going to be a little stiff just because it's the first time crayons going in there, but after a while it gets easy to insert the crayons. So now I'm going to take my backing fabric and I will place that with the right side down, and then I will grab my little elastic and put that into place. So fold that in half and make sure that the raw edges of the elastic are sticking out, and place that in the center on the one side. And then pin everything into place and clip that little elastic just so you don't losing it when you go to sew around. At the top you will leave a 3-inch gap, and that will be used for turning. So the pattern is a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, so just go all the way around and make sure you leave that little gap. And then once you take it out of the sewing machine, you're just going to snip the corners just to help reduce the bulk and make your corners nice and sharp. And then you can go ahead and flip it right sides out. I like to use a knitting needle or a chopstick just to help poke out the corners. And then I will just take it over to the ironing board and give it a good press. So after that, then you can do a top stitch around the top. I'm only going to do it on the green part, and then that will close up the hole on the top. If you don't want to do a top stitch, you don't have to. If you want to do a ladder stitch and close up that hole, that is totally up to you. So I just like to use a tool sometimes to help make sure that all of it is lined up. If you don't get it perfect, then it's pretty obvious there was a hole there at one time. So now I'm going to take a button and I'm going to sew that. So when you fold it in half, then you can find the center, and I place that button right in the center. And then the back of the button will be hidden within that pocket where your notebook will go. So just sew in your button, and then once you've got it in place, then wrap your thread around the button a few times just to help raise the button up. It sort of creates a shank for your button just so that it's easier to put that elastic around it when you go to close it up. And then after that, you're done. So now you can insert your little notebook and your crayons and then stick it in your purse, and when your kids are bored or you're waiting for your food at a restaurant, you can just take that out and say, here you go, kids. Give them something to do, especially when you're, appointments and all those things. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I will have more of these crayon art folio tutorials coming very soon, so please stay tuned for that if they're not already released. All links will be down below, as well as my social media. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!